Okay, we're all here. Make sure your feather fall is on. We're going to jump down to the right just like with Vision of Destruction. Jump through the portal. So far it's the same way as going through Vision of Destruction. Remember, jump out and to the left. Parkron, did you fall?
I did.
Okay, no worries. I'm coming down. I see Tim Bax down here too. This is the time to fall. So you know what to do when you come here with a pug. Or when your guildies fall, you know how to guide them back up. You can just jump this way. I see that. Alright, that's enough of that. Just run past those guys. The charmed mobs will keep them busy. So here, just to show you, in case you don't remember, when we went to Vision of Destruction, we went to the right, but for Hound of Xoriat, we're going through this portal. Beholder to the right. If you fall, please call it out. We're going to take another scenic detour here. It's not going to take too long, but it's, I think, a really cool area of the game that not a lot of people have been to. It's because it's not on the way to any raid, There's no named loot there, so for most people that means they're not even going to ever bother. But it's just kind of neat to see. I like to explore all the different parts of the game. And like I said, it just takes a couple extra minutes to check it out. So we're looking for 2 runes now. We're looking for 2 runes now. That was one of them right there, and that will open up the way for us to continue. Remember to pick up any treasure bags that you see on the floor because they're all planar shards down here. And you can backspace around or whatever it is you use to target non-combat targetables to look for those runes. And then once we open both of those up, yep, Q, I think for some people it's default Q. And once we get both of the runes, then the way to proceed will be in the north of this zone. Okay, we still gotta get another rune. There it is. Somebody's getting it. Thank you. So getting that rune opens up this right here.
Here's a rune.
You can see the one rune's lit and the other one's not. So it tells you there's still one to go. Somebody was at the rune. Did you not get it?
No, I'm hit. I was lagging.
Oh, okay,
No,
cool. Thank you. It's open now. Watch your step here. You can fall down. If you fall down, it'll just be in that section we were in just a moment ago when we were looking for those runes. And now we're looking for 2 more runes to open the way. But before we do, we're not going to go to Hound of Xoriat yet. We're going to go to a different zone called the Deep Tunnels. And this is the part where I said that a lot of people who've played this game have never been here. Oh, and one of the runes was up here too. Go ahead and go through the portal. It says to the Deep Tunnels. Lots of beholders, Hounds, and renders in here. Or reavers, whatever they are. Here we want to go there's some trash here. So if you look right below us, there's a little cave we can swim through. Okay, just swim to the other side of it, but don't go up the ramp. And you're going to take acid damage here too, but it should be no big deal. Don't go out of the hole. but you can look to the west and you'll see there's a council of beholders, a whole room full of beholders, and there's a possible rare beholder, but he's not up right now. But what's cool about this room is that you actually get 2 chests, even if the rare is not up. If the rare is up, you get a 3rd chest. Alright, we all made it through. Time to bum rush the beholders. And this is actually Explorer down here too. Don't go through the portal, that'll just take us to a different part of this same, just a different part of the deep tunnels, but we're going to swim right back through. After you're done looting the 2 chests, swim right back through the acid. Alright, a couple more rares we can check out up here. Back here, around the corner, there's an ice wall, and this is where the frost render of madness can appear. There's also a fire reaver of madness in the earlier part of the subterrane. Looks like we didn't get him either.
This is all the deep
Yep.
tunnels, right?
And like I said, they're really, like, a lot of people have never been here, and it's kind of neat, you know? You get like the Beholder Council and the Lake of Acid you get to swim through, and then this rare we're going to now through this portal is called, his name is Zithzul, the son of Zizi. And Zizi is actually the raid boss we're going to fight in Hound of Xoriat. And he's up, cool. Now we're going to go back out the way we came, and when we go back out of the portal this time, it's going to put us right at the end of the other part of the subterrane. There's the subterrane east and the subterrane central. So you're going to see we're in the subterrane east now. This is going to put us in the subterrane central. Two different maps with two different sets of explorers to open up. And it drops you right into a beholder and a mind flare. It's pretty nasty if you're here at level. Just turn right back around and go through the portal. This is the section where we were looking for those two runes, but we already got them. So we're just going to go to the north now to go to the next section. Right here on the map. You can see it just circles around, then you go above. Already been through here, so it's all clear. And now we're looking for two runes that will open up the way to the Hound raid, and they can be in a bunch of different places. We already got one of them, and here's the second one. So the way is open to the raid now, which is the first ramp to the right, which is to the right of the ramp that we went up to the deep tunnels. And there's another rare here. No need to rest because there's going to be another shrine after a little fight here. So here's a small zone. There's a beholder and some renders in each direction. We got to clear those all out before we can open up the portal to get to the raid. Pretty much everything respawns in the subterrane after about 10 minutes, so if you're ever with a group and you're waiting for people, or you got some slow people, sometimes people will wait in this section to hold it. But things can respawn here anyways, but sometimes it's nice to wait here just in case, you know, because it can be hard to clear all that out if you're coming here by yourself. Go ahead and go through the portal. And this is the raid entrance. So shrine up. This is really, really important. When we step into the raid, do not move. But I have a visual aid for you to look at right now, which I'm going to give you a link. If you can look at it, great. If you can't, it is not required viewing. If you have the ability to copy and paste that into a browser to look at that graphic, it's going to be helpful to help you visualize what I'm going to describe. If you don't know how to do that, you can just highlight it in the text box by left-clicking and dragging over it, and then hit Control-C, C as in copy, Control C, and then you go into your, your browser, your Windows Explorer or whatever, or Internet Explorer, or Google Chrome, and you just Control V as in Victor to paste it into your address bar. And you're going to see a map of the raid. It's a pretty simple map. It's just like a big square with a cross going through it. And so what I'm going to describe to them is here's where we start. There's going to be the tank and a healer running to the center right away. There's going to be like 4 or 5 people go to the right. They're going to go up, grab a control stone here, down, grab the control stone here, and then 3 go back to the center and take stations here and here. And then the left group is going to do the opposite here and take stations here and here. As long as you have 2 people around in each corridor facing out, so that they're stopping any of the trash mobs from getting into the center. Okay, I'm going to take a few minutes to explain how this raid's going to work, and we're going to do this raid sort of the legitimate way. Now, for what it's worth, there are a lot of exploits right now that are letting people finish this in other ways. I'm going to teach you the right way. If somebody stepped in, please recall out. Actually, don't recall out, because it's gonna put you back like outside. So just don't move, please. Okay, no problem. Tell your son to stand in the corner. So the map is kind of a big circle or a square, and so what we're going to do is we're going to split people up into 2 groups. We're going to have a tank go into the center and hold ZZ's aggro. ZZ's the raid boss. She's a big Thorac Hound, and she has like some puppies there too. She cannot be damaged by normal means right away. And so what you have to do is you have to charm the dogs and have the dogs fight her, her puppies fight her, and they'll beat her down until she gets down to like 25% health. Then we'll be able to beat on her. And the way you charm the puppies is not through normal charming means. There are these Xoriat control stones that drop from mind flares. Okay, Ziffin. No problem. I guess his son clicked in on normal, so he's recalling out. We'll just reset it. Do not go in, folks. Do not go into the raid. So there's these Xoriat control stones that drop from mind flares inside the zone, and they're at like the corners, the northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest of the zone. So there's going to be a tank going in the center to grab aggro, and a healer is going to go in there to keep them healed. And then the remaining 10 people will go 5 right, 5 left. And we're going to do what's called the H method. The reason why it's called the H method is the way that both teams are going to run will kind of form an H. So the right team will go to the right and then go all the way up to the northeast corner, and they're going to kill the mind flare there and pick up the Xoriat control stone. Then they're going to go straight down south and kill the mind flare in the southeast corner of the zone, grab the control stone. Then they're going to go back north and into that center aisle, into the center of the raid, where the ZZ and her puppies are. And the left team is going to do the opposite of that, the mirror image of that. You're going to run to the left, you're going to go up to the northwest corner, you're going to grab the control stone from the mind flare, then you're going to turn around and go straight south, then you're going to grab the control stone after killing the mind flare in the southwest, then you're going to go back north and cut into that center aisle into the center. Once you get to the center, there'll be someone assigned to pick up those control stones. If you're not supposed to pick them up, don't pick them up. Someone will be assigned to pick them up, and then that person is going to pass them to me. I'm going to do the charming of the dogs. The way that you charm the dogs is by dragging them into your hotbar and then clicking on it on your hotbar and targeting the dogs. It's not a traditional charm, and it's a timed charm, so they're not going to save against it. They will automatically be charmed, and they don't get a save. It's just it'll time out. So, you know, you can give them GH that doesn't increase their saves or anything against it. So there's no way to like break it except for the beholders. If they get in, there are going to be some beholders. If they get into the center, those can break the charms, and that's what can make this raid go to hell really fast. This, someone once said, this is the easiest raid that you'll ever wipe. If it goes well, kind of like Mark of Death, the new raid, if it goes well, it can be over in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it seems really easy. Or it can go to shit in no time and turn to complete chaos. It just really matters whether or not people are following instructions. So this is one of the more technically difficult raids in the game, meaning that, you know, it's important that everybody's following instructions. There are no stupid curses, but there are a lot of stupid beholders to deal with. So the first part of the raid is going to be the left and right team picking up their control stones on their appropriate sides. Then they go to the center, pass them off to me, and then I'll charm the dogs. At that point, everybody who is part of the outside teams will take a station facing outward about a third of the way out of one of the inner hallways. So there are 4 hallways that go to the outer ring. One in the north, south, east, and west. And we're going to have 2 people stationed in each hallway. And you're going to be about a third of the way out. The reason for this is this is all about trash mitigation. And there are different methods. There's another method called the O method. I'm not going to explain how that works, but it's a different method for this raid. But it's all about making sure that the trash doesn't come into the center. When trash gets into the center, it causes problems. It distracts the puppies, it takes their aggro off of mama, or they can attack the puppies and kill them, or the beholders come in and break the charms. All of this screws things up. So the people who are stationed in the hallways, which is basically going to be everybody but the tank and a healer, you're going to be a third of the way out. If anything comes in towards you, you run out to meet it, kill it, and then take your station again. You're not watching the center, and it's really tempting. I know you want to watch what's going on, but it's really important that you're watching the outside of the ring, because you're looking for trash that's coming in. Now, if this is done right, ideally, no trash will come in at all. It'll just stay in that outer ring and never aggro to the people in the middle. That's why you only want to be a third of the way out, because if you're way out there, the trash is going to see you, and it's going to come right in. But if you're only like a third of the way out from the center, most of it is just going to keep running around that outer circle. But eventually some beholders will make their way in, and that can be problematic. If you see a beholder, it's really, really important that you run out to meet it and do not bring it into the center. Beholders get into the center, it screws up everything. Breaks the charms. Now we got to get more control stones, and those control stones aren't well, I guess they're unlimited, but we have to go back out, get more, come back in, and it becomes a whole process. Now I know what you're thinking. This is so overwhelming, I'm so confused, I have no idea what's going on. That's okay. That's the way everybody feels about this raid the first time. So I'm going to break it down again once I assign jobs. Well, Ziffin, it looks like you made it back to the Subterrane East.
Yeah, I'm 1 teleporter away. I'm a beholder.
Nice, quick work, buddy. Okay, I'm going to figure out jobs here, but let's see. Do we have somebody that can tank ZZ? I probably should have stayed on Ginger for that. You can, Kirino? Okay, cool. Well, the aura is dangerous because you got to be close to them with the aura, and you don't want to be close to ZZ because she does this bee breath thing, and if you get bees on you, then you can't cast, you really can't do anything except for die. And there are only 2 ways to get rid of the bees, and that is die or to go through a globe of invulnerability. So if anybody has that spell, or if you have like a staff of the Staff of Arcane Power that has a Globe of Invulnerability clicky. So I have one of them. I can put one out. Like if you get bees, just call it out if you're in the middle, and you can run through that to get rid of it. To get rid of the bees. The bees are a pain. Okay. So Karinu's going to tank ZZ. So that means Karinu, you're going to just run to the center and grab ZZ's attention. Okay?
Okay.
Divinia, I want you to go in there. And you're a healer, right? All I want you to do is make sure that Karinu stays healed. Okay? That's all you have to do, and stay away from ZZ. So you're just going to run to the center. Make sure Karinu stays alive, and keep yourself alive, and don't aggro anything. Stay far away from ZZ. Make sure you're not in front of her, because she shoots her bee breath pretty far. Now I'm gonna write down the jobs. Okay, so there are the teams. Going left will be Parkrun, Pad Barbie, Nokawi, Satali, and Ziffin. Going right will be me, Albion, Harvester, and Langhorn and Timback. And going into the center will be Karinu, who will be tanking, and Divinia. I will pick up the control stones for the right team. And then Ziffin, can you pick up the control stones for the left team?
Sure.
Okay. And then I want you to pass them to me once we get into the center, okay?
Got it.
So there are different methods of charming the dogs, or I should say different number of dogs that can be charmed. Some groups like to charm 2, some groups like to charm all 3. We're just going to charm 2. We'll have 4 control stones to start with. We're going to charm 2, and the other one can just die off. And then once those charms run off, we're going to use the remaining 2 control stones to recharm those dogs. And you can examine the dogs to see how much time is left on the charms. It's very important that you do not attack the little dogs. You kill the other trash, the Reavers, Beholders. Do not attack the Rackhounds. Don't use AoEs. It's really, 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 really important that you don't kill the little dogs. So, let's go ahead and step in, but do not move. Step in, don't move. I'm going to do a full round of songs. Look ahead, you can see ZZ and her puppies there. If we don't move, she will not aggro on us. She does have an overrun ability though, so Karinu, if you cannot hold her aggro, she's going to run right through you and laugh at you and come out to the outer hallway and attack us. I know, right? A mom and her puppies. Now, I don't know if anybody here knows the ways to sort of get around, the bug or the exploit, if you will. But I don't want anybody using that, okay? If you know how, do not use it. Because I want to do this legitimately so that you guys see how to do it properly. You go into pugs, you can do whatever method they're doing, but you know, if they ever fix this, you'll know the right way. Okay, again, left is going to be Parkron, Pad Barbie, Nokawi, Satali, and Ziffin. Right will be Guitar, Albion, Harvester, Langhorn, and Timback. Going into the center is Kirinu, Tanking, and Divinia. Kirinu, your job is to hold ZZ's aggro and preferably the little dogs too. Divinia, your job is to stay alive and to keep Kirinu alive, okay? And the rest of us will be in there in about 1 minute. Anybody have any questions before we get started? The reason I brought my Bard, by the way, is because the Bard songs will buff up the dogs and they'll do a lot of extra damage. Druids are great for that too if you have Augment Summoning or Druid Past Lives, or the Thingy Dingy in the Harper Tree, the Harper Leadership I think it's called, that can give up to +4 to summons and stuff. That works too. Okay. There's a haste. Center team go in, Kirinu and Divinia. Left and right teams go ahead. You remember you're going all the way around to the northeast or northwest, depending on if you're the left or right team. So the right team, we're going all the way to the northeast. There's a little puppy on the outside. Do not attack it. Do not attack the spawn of ZZ. Just kill the keeper of ZZ, and then go south. Yeah, I see that. A dog just died. That's really bad. Okay, go south now after you get that first control stone. We can afford to lose one dog. Hopefully we didn't lose more than one.
Did anybody got a stone? I see a stone here.
Ziffin should be picking up the stones on his side.
I got the stone. Okay, we got 2.
Okay, just go to the center. I'm not. My group's not there yet, but it looks like we lost some people. Okay, I want everybody to go to the center now. Everybody should go to the center.
One dog's almost dead.
Yeah, nobody should be attacking them. Why do I only have 1 stone? I guess I didn't pick it up. Okay, I'm coming into Charm now. Okay, if you're a healer, make sure you keep the dogs charmed. Dogs healed. We can kill off this 3rd puppy. We want the puppies. We can kill off that other puppy. Everybody else there should be 2 people at each hallway facing the outside. 2 people at each hall facing the outside. If you got bears and bulls, throw it on the little dogs. Thank you, Ziffin. If you have bears endurance or bull strength, it'd be great if you can throw it on the dogs. I should have picked up scrolls. So at this part, whoever's, you know, I'm watching the little puppy's health. You got to stay on top of that because like they got the bees right now. They're taking a lot of damage. It's really important that you watch their health closely. Here you can see there's a minute 15 left of their charm. Remember, you're watching the outside, not the inside. If you see trash, you run out to meet it. Ziffin, if you could be a floater and help people with trash, just sort of keep an eye on all the different hallways. So Davinia, you're keeping Carino alive, I'm keeping the puppies alive.
Let me know if you see the full bus drop off the dog.
I'm keeping an eye on it. It's timed. It's at about 25 seconds right now. Okay, they're going to come uncharmed here in just a moment. I'm ready to recharm them. One's recharmed. And they're both recharmed.
Beholder.
Make sure you run out to meet the beholder. Do not let it get anywhere near the center.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, the 2 rounds of charming probably isn't going to be enough to get ZZ vulnerable enough. Or down to the point of vulnerability. So we might have to have a team go out and get more control stones, but we'll wait to see what happens. We'll get a little bit closer. We still got a minute 40 left on our charms. Ziffin, you shouldn't be out there, buddy. Nobody should be in the outer ring right now. Everybody should be inside. A third of the way out your hallway. And again, doing it this way is just one way to deal with all the trash that's on the outside. And like I said, if done right, this method, you'll have very little or no trash come into the inside. ZZ's at just below 50, and the dogs have 20 seconds left on charms. So, oh, nice work, Ziffin, thank you. I don't know if one's going to be enough, though. We'll see.
Oh, where was the other one over here? Beholder up.
Stay at your stations, please.
We're bringing another stone here in 1 second.
Cool. Karinu, if you can intimidate the puppy so that he's attacking you instead of the other puppy. Thank you. Bring those puppies back in here, Albion. And I think I just got bees. Damn it. All right. Kill that other dog off, Albion. Yes, we did. Congratulations, High Lords, on 176.
Beholder.
Don't let those beholders come in, folks. Keep them out there at all costs. ZZ's getting really close. We're going to get a message. When we get that message, it's going to be everybody on the big dog, but don't come in yet. As soon as we get it, we'll collapse onto ZZ.
We do AoE once we get the message.
Yep. She'll still be immune to most magic, though. If not all. Not really sure. No, I didn't even hear it. Everybody on the big dog. I didn't see it or hear it. That's funny. And that is Hound of Xoriat. The proper way. One of the ways. That's the H method. Congrats on your first completion, folks, and thanks for coming. And good luck on your loots. Does anybody have any questions about any of the raids that we did tonight?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thanks for coming.
Nothing but cool, huh?
That went pretty much as well as you can possibly expect this to turn out. That it pretty much went perfectly as planned. If anybody has bees, there's a globe of invulnerability for you.
Perfect for the video.
Hell yeah, man.
There are only 2 chests.
Should be 3.
Oh, sorry, I have like the blinding vision for like a whole minute there after the boss was done.
Okay, did you get rid of that?
Yeah, it went away.
Okay. That's the globe of invulnerability should get rid of that for future reference. Ooh, the Thorac wraps. Nice. Those are so nice for a monk or for like a wolf or a Iron Defender. Looks like nobody wants the chain shirt of crippling. I'm just gonna vendor it. Last call.
Actually, I might like that for later on.